Yes, my name is Ivan Jauge, and I'm a writer, I'm a speaker, and I'm also an engineer. And today I just want to bring my thoughts of 2025, some of the lessons, some of the failures, and some of the successes, and what we can reflect on altogether as a community of YouTube. And obviously, this will differ from one person to the other. Some people would have had some successes, some people would have had some disappointments, some people would have had some headaches, some people would have some sadness. But above all, we remain grateful to God for giving us this opportunity that, we can actually reach the end of the year. Just a backstory. So, one of the things that happened this year, which was unprecedented, like so many things, is that I lost two of my uncles. So, when the year began in January, I lost one of my uncles, the eldest one. And so, we made the funeral and then we were mourning him January, February, sorry, March, April. May I went home, was just going to check up with my family. On my arrival, the other uncle passed away. So in total, I actually lost two of my uncles, and I'm only remaining with one. So these are some of the things that has happened this year personally for me, and it's a very painful wound, and it's when death happened, people always say this word. They say that we didn't see that coming. And guys, to be honest with you, we have a blueprint on how death is. And the Bible says that, like a thief that comes at night. So death is like that. You never see it coming. You never blend it. You never, even if you see someone that person is sick beyond, sorry, medical care, but you never kind of like put your thoughts into that situation that this is probably maybe the last time that I'm seeing this person. So this is probably one of the highlights of some of the pains that I kind of like had this year. But with that, we remain grateful to God, as I said. That was still alive, and there is more hope for us than those who have passed on. So I just wanted to take this time and personally thank all of you, for first subscribing to this channel, being part of this community, leaving your comments, leaving your likes. Some of you are coming from different platforms that I've recommended, to say that, guys, please like and subscribe and join my YouTube community, and you have done that. And I hope that the content that I've tried to put up this year was in some way insightful. It brought some thoughts to you. It made you to think. It made you to grow. Some of the things, obviously, maybe you don't agree with them, which is still very fine. Some of the things you were hearing it for the first time, which is good. Some of the things you were hearing it for the hundredth time, which is also very good. So whatever has happened and however you have felt with the channel and whatever has happened in terms of the year, I want you to kind of like take it in, absorb it, accept it, And as you watch this video, I hope that you are reflecting on your own personal failures and successes, and sadness that you had this year, knowing that, it's kind of like a river. That's how it happens. We are flowing through this river called life, and we're going to bump some rocks. We're going to come across some animals, and a lot of things is going to happen in between. And the one thing that we must not think about, the one thing that we must not try to assume about all of this thing is to assume that just because all of these challenges are happening, it means that we have done something wrong. Just because these challenges are happening, it means that maybe someone in our generation or genealogy has done something wrong. We need to understand that this is the continuation of life. This is the parameters of life. Sometimes life is like this. Sometimes life has got this type of challenges. Sometimes life has got this type of moments where you lose your loved ones, you lose your marriage, you lose your studies, you lose money, you lose friendship, you lose all of this. Life sometimes is like that. And I want to encourage you that as we are preparing for the new year, we need to approach it with a new perspective, with a new understanding, bearing in mind that there's still more possibilities that we can be able to change our lives for the better, whether it's trying to get a job, whether it's trying to get into a relationship, or whether it's trying to just live your life to the fullest and say not setting goals and making sure that those goals they come into reality. So as I said, I've got a couple of things that I've written down, which are just my thoughts. It's not the truth, per se. It's my thoughts that I've jotted it down as a reflection to some of the things that has happened this year, and how can we able to best prepare for the year. Because one of the things that I have learned, which kind of like changed my life for the past 10 to 15 years or so, is that I had someone say to me that you know a new year is a very incredible opportunity, because it means if you are 30, it means that you can be able to invest the 30 years into the 31st year. So it's kind of like you've got more years that you're investing into this particular 1 year. So this is kind of like one thing that always gets me excited when it comes to a new year, that now you have got more responsibility and more opportunity to be able to approach this new year, which we don't have, with some understanding, with some, perspective in mind. So I'm just going to be reading, and I'll try to reflect on some of these things, and I'll try to expand it, maybe use personal experience in terms of like how this fits into whatever thought that I've told you. I'm not sure how long the thoughts are, but I'm just going to speak out as much as I can from my heart. Is that okay? Okay, let's go. Uh, Number one, build something that sustains you when you are low. And this actually has to do with like relationships for me, because there are so many decisions that you'd have to make in your life, and some of the decisions you might not be able to have the capacity to make them uh, at the time that you need to make them. So you kind of like need that friendship, that family structure that will help you to make certain type of decisions. So you kind of like needs to build something that can sustain you, whether it's business. But the most primary thing that you need to build is that you need to build social capital that will able to sustain you emotionally. Because life, for guys, it really gets hard. You get drained by work, by business, by friendship, by economy, by everything around us. So you need to have that internal reserve that you can be able to kind of like go and refill yourself when you need to. Number two, learn how money works and allow it to work for you. In most of the instances, we have been taught how to work for money. We have never spent time trying to understand what can I do for money to be able to work for me. And I've learned that, if you don't make time to understand the financial world, how it works, how can you be able to benefit from it, is that you live your life believing two things. One is that you need to work very hard for money, which is not necessarily the truth. Then number two, you become a victim of the financial system. And there are just so many products, there are just so many systems, there are just so many things that is happening in the financial world, that if you don't take time to educate yourself, you can actually become a victim of those things. So what I will say is that, guys, we're approaching 2026 and forward. Please make sure that you make your time to understand money. Don't just focus on earning it. Focus on what can money do for you. And I think that that is the best position to be, because if you never figure it out how to make money, it means that your whole life is going to be spent trying to make it. Number three, don't allow your family to determine your priorities. I'm going to say it again. Don't allow your family to determine your priorities, especially as a man. Your family will have so many priorities, especially as a breadwinner, by the way. Your family will say, no, don't build a house, get married first, or don't get married now, build a house, or finish a house before you can get married, or don't buy a car before you can build a house. So your family will have all this type of expectations that they have for you in what you need to do. Don't allow your family to prioritize your priorities. Always be the person who determines what is important. Don't allow your family to decide that for you. The next one, focus on what you can do and do that. You know, in some instances, what gets us to be overwhelmed is the fact that we want to do everything. You know, you want to control everything. You want to be in a situation where everything that you do is within your control, and that's kind of like overwhelm us, and that's kind of like what makes us not to decide or not to make decisions. So I will say to you, always make sure that no matter how complex your problem is, always ask yourself, what can I do? And then you do that. If you have got a car problem, your car broke down, ask yourself, what can I do? Oh, I can actually call the insurance to come and tow this car to the dealership or to a mechanic. Okay, at least that I can do. Can I fix the car? No. Do I have good money to fix the car now? No, but I can do one thing, which is I can call the insurance to be able to take this car to the mechanic. Then that's that. And then you do that and you just focus on the next step and the next step and the next step. So don't try to want to do everything at once. When you try to do everything at once, it's going to overwhelm you because remember, some of these things that we try to do is things that we have not done before. Next one. Stress comes from indecision than from making mistakes. And I've learned this, in so many instances, we take our time to decide, to decide, to decide, to decide until deciding becomes a stress, until deciding creates insomnia. Like you can't sleep now, and the reason why you can't sleep is not because you need to decide something, it's because you are not deciding. Why are you not deciding? Because you don't want to make mistakes. So guys, don't allow indecision to create more problems for you than you needed to. Decide, make mistakes, learn from it, get advice, get counsel, make decisions better later, but just don't stuck in indecision. Do something, decide for yourself, decide something. Next one, don't plan to lose weight, plan to eat less and exercise more. This is one thing that I've been mastering, because most of the times, when we think about being in shape or taking care of our health, we always think about this big thing. I need to lose 10 kilograms. So this year I need to lose this, and this I need to lose this. So I always tell people, don't do that. Just focus on the smallest goals that you can ever aim for, like eating less. You see, you're not even like signing up for gym. You're just saying that this year, instead of having 2 meals, I'm going to have 1 meal, or instead of having 3 meals, I'm going to have 2 meals. I'm going to have breakfast and I'm going to have dinner. That's it. And then if you master that, then you can able to add other things. You are reducing complexity that sometimes results in indecision. So you're like, do I need to go to the gym today and all of that and whatsoever. But if you can able to achieve small minimal goals, you can able to decide what else do you need to do. So I will say, don't focus on losing your weight. I know, losing weight is always one of those top priority lists of everyone in the world. I think they say 86% of people, they set a goal to lose weight. Don't set a goal to lose weight. Set a goal to eat less, or set a goal to just exercise. Or even better, you can just set a goal that every day I need to be in the gym. That's it. It's like attending church. I was like, I just want to be at church. Whether I'm going to pray, whether I'm going to listen or what, I just want to be there. So remember that. Don't plan to lose weight. Plan to be at the gym or plan to eat less. Next one. Play the long-term game with few friends or few people. I've always been a big fan for this. I've already spoken about it in all my videos on YouTube, on TikTok, everywhere. I've always spoke about this to say, guys, you need to make sure that you have got few people that you know that no matter what, they will hold you down. You don't need a lot of people. You can have two people. You can have even one person who is your friend, and you know very well that no matter what happens, they're a call away. That if they can get a call that I'm arrested, they will be the first person to arrive. But most of us who build our lives that we live in this situation where we feel like we've got so many friends, but these people they never show up for anything for you, and you kind of like keep on deluding yourself that no, I've got friends, I've got friends, I've got friends. I will tell you that you are better off with one friend than with three people that you don't know where you stand with them. Okay, I'm going to the next one. Actually, that was a very powerful line. You are better off with one friend than with three people that you don't know where you stand with them. Very important. So here's the next one. The next one is slow down. You don't have to do everything today or this year. And this is applicable to all the years of my life. I was always struck or beaten by the desire for ambition or by the curse of ambition that I try to make every year to achieve everything that I've set out to do. This is why I always tell people reduce your goals to just one goal or three goals at maximum. It will make you more happy than if you try to achieve everything at that particular year. Creation is better than perfection. This is usually for us who are in the creative space. You try to write the best book, you try to make sure that you make the best vlog, and you kind of like have no idea what the best looks like, because you're in the process of creating things. So you actually don't have an idea what that looks like. So the most important thing is that you have to create more things for you to be able to get what you're looking for or what the market is looking for. I think it was Pastor Lindalan Mkhize who said, there is no recipe to make a hit. You're just going to go to the studio and make music. The next one, you will be more happier for achieving one goal versus 100. I think this one I've already spoken about it to say that every year people try to make 100 lists and of things that they want to do. They want to build a house, they want to go to Cape Town, they want to do this. It's really not helpful, guys. The most important thing that you can do is that you can actually have one thing that you want to achieve and you just achieve that and you'll be better off. The next one is don't postpone your life through unnecessary goals. Goals are very much good, and I encourage people to set goals. I encourage people to plan, but don't allow those plans and those goals to put you in a situation where you actually cannot do anything else, or even if the goals are not happening, you try to push because you think like once you achieve those goals, they're gonna do something for you. Because any person that has ever set any goal in life, they'll tell you after you achieve the goal, there's always going to be that voice that says, "So what?" You know. So don't tie yourself to unnecessary pressure. Enjoy your life. The next one. Nobody can solve problems for you better than you. Nobody can solve your problems better than you. You can go to a doctor, you can go to a lawyer, you can go to a pastor, you can go to anybody. Nobody can solve your problems better than you. Now, that does not mean you mustn't seek help. You must seek help, but you must understand that the solution that you're looking for is going to come from you. So other people can give you perspective, they can give you ways to think about it, but the person that must come with a solution is you. The second last. Communication is what other people thought, had, and felt. In most of the instances, you hear people in the communication say that, but that's not what I meant. That's not what I said. That's not what I was trying to say. So when it comes to communication, please work on what people feel, what people think, and what people believe. That's very important. That's actual communication. So you want to be able to make sure that whatever words you use, they need to create better thoughts, better feelings for other people, because that's what communication is about. The last one, principles is better than success. Principles is greater than success. Most people, they don't care, especially in the age we're living in, how they succeed. They're just worried that I'm successful at something. So, but here's the thing, if you succeed without following your principles, it means that you don't have principles, which create identity. So, as I said, if you succeed without following your principles, it means that you don't have principles, which creates now identity crisis for you. So, work on making sure that whatever principle that you believe, they cultivate to the life that you believe, so that you can able to replicate it, so that you can able to teach it. Guys, thank you so much for following this video up until so far. I wish you all the best of 2026, and let's grow together. Let's get better, because all of us, no matter who you are, can always get better. I'm out.